Today's episode is brought to you by Audible. I can never find the time or the attention span I need in order to sit down and cuddle up with a good book. Thanks to Audible, I can take in my favorite titles and discover new ways to transform my life, all while I take care of everything else I have on my to-do list. I just pull up my Audible app and pop in my headphones, and the best part is I can even take it with me and listen in the car. Audible is offering my listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Use your free offer to download any of the thousands of titles available on Audible right now. Just go to audibletrial.com/unicorns talk to get started now. That's audibletrial.com/unicorns talk to get your free audiobook today. Welcome to Unicorns Talk Podcast, your weekly girl talk about Black women, our healing, and manifestation. My name is Latrice Sampson Richards, your life enhancement coach, and together we're going to live, laugh, and learn to love all of life's little messes. While I am a licensed clinician, please keep in mind that this show is not a substitute for your own relationship with a mental health provider. Let's go. Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 57 of Unicorns Talk Podcast. My name is Latrice Sampson Richards, and as always, I'm super happy and excited to be here with y'all today. This week has been kind of up and down, dealing with some tragedy and things like that at the workplace and in my personal life. But also, it was extremely productive. Our theme for 2019 is transformation. And so we are 4 days in to the road to transformation, which is our 15-day content marathon to prepare us for taking the next steps in our transformation journey. So far we have covered how to let go when you're still healing, how to forgive when you don't damn want to, how to accept responsibility without losing momentum. And today's module, which released at 9:00 this morning, was how to set effective goals. Or actually, it's called How to Set Sustainable Goals. That is the name. I changed it at the last minute because sustainable just felt like more of what we really needed, So each lesson has been very well received. The positive feedback is really flowing in. So thank you to everybody who is viewing those videos. They are posted on my Facebook page every morning at 9 a.m. They're only available for 24 hours. So they come down at 8:59 a.m. Eastern time. But you can view them for free until that time, Some of the feedback that I've gotten back, a lot of people are saying that like this message is right on time. This is exactly what I needed to hear at this point in my life, which makes me really happy because that means that I got it right in terms of understanding what y'all really need right now and in order to get your lives on track. And so that's always exciting and very fulfilling for me. And I'm glad to be able to have a positive impact on your life as you move through this change journey. It's not too late to sign up for email reminders to make sure that you don't miss anything. The link, of course, is in the show notes. So make sure you check that out. We're also getting ready for the virtual vision board party 2019. That's going to be taking place on January 13th at 3 p.m. That is a Sunday, okay? And so the road to transformation, what we're doing right now is really preparing us to create our transformation plan, okay? And that's what we're going to do on the 13th. Now, I have another program that I'm actually going to be giving you all more information about on Friday. I'm going to be doing a live stream on my Facebook page, so make sure that you like my page and that you're following so that you can get those notifications. I'm going to be doing a live stream on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time to give y'all more information about my upcoming program, 21 Days of Transformation. And listen, we gonna get it all the way together, okay? With a V, together, okay? Anything that you are trying to accomplish in 2019, not just in 2019, but like in your life, you know what I'm saying? Like in your life, period, point blank period. We're going to address those things on the 21 Days of Transformation challenge. And then the vision board, the virtual vision board party is going to be right there in the middle of that. Okay. And so I'm really excited to be bringing all of this content to y'all and to be helping y'all along this journey. I'm serious about 2019. We are serious about 2019 and making sure that this year is a year of complete and total transformation. So whatever that looks like for you, this is the time to make it happen. I'm giving you the tools that you need in order to make it happen, and I'm excited to be doing that. Okay. In line with everything that we are talking about, dealing with transformation and really getting our whole life together with this transformation. Today we're going to talk about how to dream your biggest dream. And what made me want to do this particular show for today, or this topic for today, was because I was listening to a podcast. It's a religious podcast or a spiritual podcast. And it was actually, when I started listening to it, I didn't know that it was like a Jewish based podcast. But whatever, I'm out for information. Where that information comes from is not as significant to me, as long as it's valuable to me in my life, depending on the situation. Okay, so it's called Tips for God in an Outrageous World, or something like that. I'm going to put a link to it in the show notes as well, but I don't remember the name of the title right off the top of my head. But it was really good because the rabbi that was talking, he was talking about, he told this story about how he had gone to this party one time, and, he was on, like he was the life of the party. He was entertaining people. He was telling stories. He was just being himself. It seems to me that he's a very social person and things like that. So he was being himself, and he was being entertaining and all of this at the party. And he got so wrapped up in that. He said at the end of the night, he walked the guests to the door and he told them good night. And the host of the party was standing there looking at him like, this is my house. You know what I'm saying? And he said he felt so embarrassed because in that moment, what he realized was that you have to remember that you are a guest in this life. You are not the host. And that spoke to me like y'all would not believe. Like it really resonated with me, because I think that for my own self, like in my own life, I really do struggle with the need to be in control of things at all times. Now, don't get me wrong. I definitely believe in personal accountability. I teach personal accountability, which is the idea that we can participate in the development of the life that we live. So we have the ability to curate the life that we really want to live. It's one of the basic foundational principles of the law of attraction. I believe that with everything in me, but I also believe that it is already written. You get what I'm saying? I also believe that we have a destiny, and that certain things in this life are just going to happen because that's what is intended for you. And that your job, your responsibility is to make the right choices in order to get there. Okay? And so hearing him say, you have to remember that you are the guest in this life. You are not the host. Really, I think kind of put me in my place personally. And I just wanted to share this message with you all today, that when you are talking about transforming your life, when you are thinking about the life that you want to create for yourself, you have to keep in mind at the back of your mind, really at the forefront, but kind of like operating in the background, kind of, if that makes sense for y'all. But we have to keep in mind that there is a entity bigger than we are. That there is something, somebody, someone, some entity, whatever you choose to believe in, however you choose to call it, it doesn't really matter, because we're all talking about the same thing, okay? But there is something bigger than you that is operating on your behalf. And it's easy for us to forget that. It's easy for me to forget that. I have to be reminded of this on a regular basis. My husband, just last week, my husband told me, I was missing my husband because I'm out here by myself or whatever. And I was missing my husband and I was crying and I was like, babe, I'm ready to come home and, XYZ and yada, yada, yada. And, I haven't been sleeping well and things like that because of, I'm just stressed. I'm stressed out about trying to grow this business. I'm stressed out about like this program that I'm running right now. I'm stressed out, I just got shit on my plate, and I started crying and he said, babe, did you pray, babe? Are you praying before you go to bed? And I was like, you know what, babe, I'm not. I haven't, I got away from that because I've been so caught up in trying to make shit happen, that I had to be reminded that there is a bigger picture. There is something bigger than me that is operating on my behalf. I choose to call that God. Sometimes I call it the universe. It's all the same thing to me. Whatever you choose to call it, then that's what you choose to call it. But we're talking about the same entity. And it is there waiting for you to utilize the opportunities that it presents to you in order to get to where it's trying to get you to go or where you are destined to be. And I believe that place is your biggest dream. So many of us are afraid to dream big. We're afraid of it. We don't know what's out there. We don't know what's on the other side of it. We question our ability to actually manifest it, and so we're afraid to dream big. But I'm here to tell you today that you need to dream your biggest dream. Whatever that thing is in your mind, that if the world were perfect and everything went exactly the way that you wanted it to go, if everything were exactly the way it should be, this is what would happen. This is where I would be. This is what my life would look like. This is what my day-to-day routine would consist of. Dream that dream. Dream that dream, because that is the dream that you were intended to live. That is what it's all about. Because you would not receive that dream, you would not have that dream, that vision, if it were not intended to be so. All right? So, yes, we need to be realistic about what we can handle, what we're capable of, what our blocks are, what our obstacles are, all of the other stuff that I teach you in terms of helping you to be able to utilize the opportunities to get you to that dream. Okay? But you have to be willing to dream your biggest dream. I have huge dreams. I'm talking big ass, ignorant ass dreams. I dream in color and music. My dreams are animated. My dreams are vibrant. When I'm sleeping and when I'm awake. I was talking to my therapist the other day, and we were talking about some of my own personal blocks, and one of the things that came up for me was this idea or the reality that growing up, I feel like I was constantly being told to pipe down, because I'm a lot. I'm a lot of personality. I'm a lot of voice and a lot of presence, and I'm a lot. I'm just a lot. I get that. I understand that. And for a long time, I felt like to be a lot was wrong. Like it wasn't normal to be a lot. It wasn't okay to be boisterous. It wasn't okay to be vibrant and to be comfortable in my own skin. And I'm just really getting a deeper understanding of the reality that not only is it okay, but it is necessary. because what I bring to the table is needed in this world. And yes, there are thousands of other people who do the work that I do, but it ain't now one that do it the way that I do it. And so as I grow my business, I have gradually increased my dream. I have gradually allowed myself to see the full vision, to, increase what the vision looks like. And things are starting to fall into place because the more that I believe it, or the more I see it, the more I believe it. And the more I believe it, the more I manifest it. I've been very open with y'all about the fact that, I've had a lot of struggles when it comes to my confidence level, not in terms of just who I am as a person, but specifically as it relates to growing my business, And I have taken courses and I've asked for mentors. I tried to find mentorships and things like that. And, there have been some areas that I have really struggled in. And it honestly, it really affected the way that I see myself, questioning my abilities, questioning my vision. Am I dreaming too big? Is what I see in my vision it truly intended for me? Or is it like, am I just being hocus pocusy? Like, am I just in the clouds? But I'm realizing more and more that this is where I'm supposed to be at. But the people who are intended to help me get there, some of them are my core people and some of them are my PRN people. But the people who are intended to get me there, I need to allow them to help me get there, which is not something that I have been doing. And so in dreaming my biggest dream, I've had to learn how to accept help, which required me, honestly, to humble myself in a lot of ways. And we struggle with that. We struggle with that because we are raised in a society that makes us believe that you shouldn't need help. You should be able to do this on your own. I saw a video this weekend where on what's her name? Soup. You know what I'm talking about. Soup. She Super Sense. She posted a video and she was laughing at the video and it was funny on the cool, but when I really looked at it, I was like, no, it's not funny, because it was this guy, he was carrying his baby and the baby was whining. A little boy, maybe 1 year old, 2 years old at the max. I don't even think I would give him 2 years old. And he was carrying the baby and the baby was crying and whining and stuff like that. And he was like, man, this baby always crying. He was saying it in a joking manner, but he was serious. You know what I'm saying? He was serious. And so he was like, this kid always crying. This kid always crying. And he was like, shut up with all that punk ass crying. And I was just like, sometimes them kids, they do push you to that point. You know what I'm saying? I work at a daycare. They will push you to that point. Sometimes we have kids in there that I'm just like, look, little boy, why are you still crying? I don't understand. You done ate, you done got cleaned, you done took a nap. I don't understand why you still crying. Sometimes I feel like they just cry just because that's what the fuck they want to do. And that's fine, I suppose. But it does get a little too much at times. So I get that. But at the same time, we learn at a very early age that that expression of our emotional state is not okay. And that affects who we are, because it is an expression of who we are. You get what I'm saying? It isn't like those emotions make up who we are in this life. And if we're not being allowed to really express that, we're not being allowed to explore those parts of ourselves, then we're not really being allowed to dream our biggest dream. I hope that connects for y'all. I really do. I hope that connects for y'all. Because so many of us, all our lives, have been told that who we are is too much. We talk a lot about the not enough syndrome, but what about the too much syndrome? Like people want, like always telling you that you're too much. You're too much to handle. You're high maintenance. I know I'm high maintenance. And so, I mean, depending on like what aspects you're talking about, I know I'm high maintenance. I have high standards. I have empathy and compassion, but I do have high standards. I do have expectations of myself and others. I do have expectations for the categories that I have people in. We talk about people categorization. Everybody does. Everybody does. You know? And there's nothing wrong with being that way. There's nothing wrong with it, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to get you to where it is that you're trying to go. The details. We have to be true to ourselves, and dreaming our biggest dream is a part of that. It doesn't seem like these things would be connected to each other, but they are. They are. I see it all the time. I see it every single day, how people overestimate and underestimate children at the same damn time. We don't think that they're strong enough to handle things that they are capable of handling, but we also expect them to be able to do things that they're just not ready for yet. When it's convenient for us. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to, it was just on my mind. I have these moments from time to time when I feel like, I just be wanting to talk to y'all, and I don't necessarily have like pointers or tips or anything like that. Sometimes I just want to talk to y'all. And this was one of those times. I think we have to allow ourselves to exist as is and to be who we are, so that we can dream those big dreams, because you would not have that dream if you were not capable of manifesting that dream in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Really and truly. It doesn't mean that you won't have to adjust your dream as you become more familiar of what it takes to make it happen. It doesn't mean that your dream won't continue to grow and morph and transform. Because as you grow, so shall your dreams, so shall your vision for your life. I think the purpose of today's show and the purpose of this, discussion today, what I want you to get out of this experience in this moment today is that for 2019, we are focusing on transforming our lives. We are focusing on creating a visible turning point in our lives that gets us closer to the place where we are supposed to be. And so I want you to dream your biggest dream. I want you to go after the seemingly impossible. I want you to pursue that which you don't even have the skill sets for yet. I want you to set your sights on something so big, it gives you panic attacks. Now, I want you to learn how to manage them panic attacks. I want you to utilize the skills that I'm teaching in the Road to Transformation. I want you to participate in the 21 Days of Transformation Challenge. And I want you to tune in for the virtual vision board party so that you can get the tools that you need in order to not get to a place where you're shutting down because you're having panic attacks. Right? Because when you have the information, when you have a plan, it ain't no reason to flip out, because you know what you're doing. You got this. You got this. You on top of this. All right? But dream your biggest dream. Be willing to take risk. Be willing to make yourself vulnerable. Be willing to fall flat on your fucking face because you tried something and it didn't work out the way you thought it was going to work out. And then be willing to go back and assess what happened, pull the lessons from those experiences, and apply them moving forward when you try to pursue your dream again. You got me? You feel me? All right? Dream your biggest dream. I'm dreaming mine. I'm living mine. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Anybody who has ever downloaded an episode, anybody who has ever purchased a program, anybody who has ever listened to a live stream, who shared a picture on their Instagram, anybody who has ever anything, because you are contributing to the manifestation of my biggest dream. And it's just getting bigger. It's just getting bigger. The more I learn, the more I understand about what is possible, the more I realize what I am capable of, my dream gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And where I used to feel that anxiety and that self-doubt, I'm not feeling that anymore. I feel confident as I move forward. I've reached out and got the help that I need with my social media, y'all. My social media for 2019, y'all, it's going to be a whole different ball game. I'm just letting y'all know. Get ready for it, okay? Because I recognize that that was an area of deficit for me. And so I did what I needed to do to get that taken care of. So I'm working on that right now. I'm collaborating and working on getting that situated. You know? I'm taking the necessary steps so that I can continue to dream bigger. And I want that for you as well. All right. So I want you to let me know what your biggest dream is. Let me know what it is that you are trying to manifest or that you are transforming in your life for 2019. Shoot me an email, Latrice at support@latricesampsonrichards.com, or slide up in my DMs or whatever and let me know what you got. Let me know what you got. Like I said before, registration for the 21 Days of Transformation is going to be open real soon. And so I'll be giving more information on that on Friday. I think what's Friday, the 21st, I believe. Yeah, Friday the 21st at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook Live. And so I want y'all to definitely come and get that information because I want to see you in the building. I want to help you get to your next level. Like I genuinely, like this is the fulfillment of my vision and my purpose for my life is helping you get to yours. So let me help you, let me help you. All right. That's it for today's topic. Coming up next is High Five. All right, so today's high five goes to Super Scent and the real Big Booty Judy, okay, as she's known on Instagram. So you all know about Super Scent. Y'all know I'm definitely a huge supporter of hers. I follow her on Instagram and on all of the social medias, and I've been following her growth as a businesswoman over the last couple years. She's from New Orleans, just like me, and I'm so proud of her on so many levels. Soup is having an amazing fucking year. Like her year has been phenomenal. She has experienced a great deal of success with her business, the Crayon Case Cosmetics line. She's been able to grow her business. She opened a new warehouse. We've been able to follow her as she does that. She got engaged. Her relationship went through some struggles, but she stuck it out and she was able, they were able to work it out or whatever because both of them were willing to do what needed to be done to make the relationship work. And she got engaged and she seems like she's extremely happy. They're expecting their first child together, which is going to be a baby girl, and she's so excited for it. And so I love watching her videos and things like that because you really get to see the joy that she is experiencing, and it's contagious, and I just want more of that for her, but then also for myself. You know what I'm saying? Who don't want joy? toy. And so Soup and Judy, her real name is Jessica Dupart, and she is the founder and CEO of Kaleidoscope Hair Products. And so you've probably heard of Kaleidoscope with her Miracle Drops. Listen, they are the business for real, for real. I actually want to start trying them on my little edges. I don't have no, like, my edges ain't gone, because I never really got into the weaves and things. But my edges, my hair has always been really thin on the sides, like always, my whole life. I think it's just how my hair is. And so I wanted to try those drops. I'm gonna have to make that happen soon, real soon. But anyway, they teamed up in New Orleans on December 16th to give for a toy giveaway. And they actually broke the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest toy giveaway in history, or on record, let's say, which is a huge, huge accomplishment. I think the original record was like 3,500 toys or something like that. They gave away over 5,000 toys. And so, I want to give them a high five, not only for the philanthropic work, but also just for being who they are, and for, pushing through all of the different obstacles that they faced, all of the mental and emotional blocks that they faced. Soup has been very open about her experience with, her own self-esteem and things like that, and what her journey has looked through coming, out of adversity and things like that. She talks about her relationship with Judy, and how, her friendship with Judy has really helped her to grow as an individual, to grow as a person. And, I want to give them a high five, not only for, the toy drive and breaking the Guinness Book of World Records, but just also for really being role models and stepping into that role with pride, with their head held up, and doing it on their own terms, because we need more of that. I love the authenticity that the two of them display, because I think that's what we need to see more of. There's so many young women that are looking to them and looking at them and wanting to be like them. You know what I'm saying? And while they are definitely unconventional, you know what I'm saying? They are definitely unconventional. I love it. I love that they put themselves on display. I love that they have respect for themselves, but that they also not about to let nobody play with them. I love that they are, like really supportive of each other and helping each other grow. Sometimes they'll post videos and things where, like, I remember a couple of weeks ago, Judy ran out, like she, her inventory sold out or something like that. And they posted a video because the first time Soup sold out, Judy got on her tail about running out of inventory. Like, they support each other as business women. They support each other as philanthropists. They support each other as friends, as girls. They support each other like through and through. And I love that. And I wish that more of us as Black women had those types of relationships in our lives. And so I want to give a high five to Super Scent and to Big Booty Judy. That's her Instagram name, y'all. The real Big Booty Judy. But I really want to give a high five to the both of them, because I love what y'all are putting out there, ladies. I would love to see more of it. And I just want to see everybody win. And in the words of the great Issa Rae, I'm rooting for everybody Black. You dig? That's what it is. All right. That's what it is. Today's reality check. I don't remember if I talked about this last week or not, but, Cardi B and Offset have split up. Right. And so I wanted to just give my 2 cents on the matter. Not that anybody asked me for it. Well, a few people did, but I just want to give my 2 cents on the matter, because he's been making a very public display of apology, trying to get her back and trying to, win her over. And, the most recent thing that he did was came to her show. She was doing a show, and he interrupted her show with this huge display of, I don't know, I think it was like or roses or something like that. But it was like a banner that says, "Please forgive me," or "Take me back," or something like that. "Take me back, Cardi." And he came on the stage, and you could see on her face that she was pissed. There was no hiding it. She was pissed, and rightfully so. And when I was reading the comments, everybody was like, "Oh, that's so sweet. You need to take him back. See, that's a real man putting his ego to the side, and this, that, and the third, and all of this and all of that." And as I was reading it, I was just like, this is some bullshit, because he's not putting his ego to the side. He's putting his ego on display. He is putting his ego on display. The fact that he interrupted her on her job and took her moment, which I learned recently was actually a huge moment for her. It was a historical moment for her, because whatever the name of the festival that she was closing, she was like the first Black woman or the first woman to close out this festival or something like that. Like, it was a big deal. And he took her moment and he made it about her. He took a moment that was supposed to be about her and her accomplishments and what she has worked so hard for, and he made it about her. Like I said, I just found out a few days ago that this was a big deal for her, because all I knew about it was this public display of apology that he made. And what I wanted to say in terms of our reality check is that is not love. Like, that is not acceptable behavior. Yes, if you were the one who wronged in a relationship, you shoulder the primary responsibility to try to correct that. And it is important for you to express remorse, and it is equally important for you to do everything that you can to try to get that person back. But it is also important, it is also important for you to respect boundaries. She has been very vocal about the fact that she needs time and space to figure out what it is she wants to do, what she wants in her life. She made the public announcement that they were not together, and I think she actually needed to make that announcement. She didn't have to, but she needed to make that announcement for herself. I think that it was more about her. That announcement was not for the fans. That announcement was for her. I think that her making that announcement was her attempt to hold herself accountable, because sometimes that's what you need to do. Sometimes when it comes to matters of the heart, you can't hold yourself accountable. Sometimes it's just too hard to hold yourself accountable, to just say, "I ain't gonna do this shit no more," and just stop doing it. I've had to remove phone numbers. I've had to block somebody before, not because of who they are, but to stop myself, because I knew that a relationship needed to end, and I knew that I wasn't strong enough in that moment emotionally to end it cold turkey. So I had to put barriers in place in order to prevent myself, or to make it more difficult for me to keep going back. You get what I'm saying? So I think that public announcement of them breaking up, that was for her. That wasn't for us. That was for her, trying to hold herself accountable. And she's been very open about the fact that she needs space. She's done follow-up videos asking her fans to just respect her privacy right now, to give her time, to let her do what she needs to do. And I'm more than sure that she said that to him. And he's refusing to respect her boundaries. That is not love. That is manipulation. He is using public opinion to manipulate her into taking him back, into making a decision that she's not ready to make. And to be honest, it's hurting him more than it's helping. It's hurting him more than it's helping. Because you could see the look on her face. She was visibly frustrated. She was visibly upset about him taking over her moment in that manner. He's trying to force her hand, and that is not fair. In relationships, When you feel like you need time, when you feel like you have done everything that you can to make a relationship work, when you feel like you have put your all into something and it's still not working out because the other person just acting the goddamn fool and refuse to do what they need to do to salvage this relationship, and you finally say, I need a break, the least that they can do is to respect my privacy at this time. Shout out to the friend zone. Okay? So I just wanted to put that out there for anybody who's looking at these public displays of apology that, Offset is making right now, and you're looking at that like, I wish my man would do that for me. Oh, that's so sweet. She need to take him back. Or you're shaming her, whether you're doing that vocally or in your own head, because you got this man that want to be with you and you don't want to take him back, and you wrong for that. And that's why can't nobody find no good man and this, that, and the other. Because I know some of y'all is saying that because this is how we've been conditioned. If you are looking at that with googly eyes, thinking and feeling like that's the ideal situation, that this is to what you should be wanting to attain, reality check, mom. That ain't love. That's not love. And any man that is not willing to respect your wishes, no matter what those wishes are, if he cannot respect those wishes and give you the space that you need to heal from the bullshit that he has put you through, he is not the one. He is not the one. And you need to do yourself a favor and block that nigga. All right. And that's your reality check for today. Thank y'all so much for staying with me for the entire episode today. I love y'all so much. Make sure you sign up for the Road to Transformation. The link is definitely going to be in the show notes. It's not too late to sign up to get those daily reminders. Check it out on my Facebook page, y'all. It's really good. I'm not just saying that because I'm creating it or whatever. It's really good. The feedback that I'm receiving on it is excellent, and so I really want to be of service. I want to help us to get ready to transform our lives in 2019 and beyond. We gonna do this shit. We making this shit happen, and I'm gonna help you get there. We all on this journey together, and we gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna make it happen. Make sure you join my Facebook group, Trust Village. I lost my train of thought right quick, y'all. Go ahead and join my Facebook group, Trust Village. We got lots of things going on in there. I'm doing live, like we're doing watch parties inside Trust Village every day for the Road to Transformation. Make sure you tune in on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time for my announcement for the 21 Days of Transformation. Make sure you get that information. Of course, make sure that you subscribe on Apple Podcasts or anywhere that you're listening right now. Comment, share, let the people know that you're listening to the show or whatever. If you have any topic ideas or things that you want me to discuss, if you have any questions that you want to utilize, that you want to get my honest opinion on, just shoot me an email, unicornstalkpod@gmail.com, and we're going to make that happen. Okay? I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all. And until next time, be well. Bye, y'all.